In this second video, we're going to run through the vSphere infrastructure requirements for firstly the example lab, but also to show you the core infrastructure that Horizon View requires to be in place. We will follow the best practice and the VMware documented reference architecture, and we'll start with the foundations and ESX and vCenter requirements. The installation of ESX is out of scope for this course, so we're not going to look at that in any great detail, other than to say that you will need to size the ESX host servers accordingly so that they can provide the required resource to the management components, but more importantly the virtual desktop machines that the end users will use. Here we can see that we have our two ESX hosts built and already configured. One's called ESX-1 and the other ESX-2. With the ESX host servers now installed and configured, the example lab is starting to take shape, and it looks something like the diagrams you see on the screen now. So how about vCenter server? So we'll also need to set up a vCenter server for each of the blocks, one for management components and the other to manage the virtual desktop machines. You could of course in a POC or proof of concept or pilot environment use the same vCenter server. However, you wouldn't do this in production. In the example lab we have the Windows version of the vCenter server installed so that we could install the Horizon View Composer service for linked clones onto it. That's not going to be included in this course, but it is included in the advanced course, which is also available from PAX Publishing. The Horizon View Composer is a Windows service and therefore cannot be installed on the vCenter server appliance. If you plan on using instant clones, then this doesn't require the service, so you're good to go on the vCenter appliance. As part of vCenter, you will also need a vCenter user account that View can use in order to talk to vCenter. This is shown on the slide as well on the right hand side. Creating a user account called view-vc-user, and then we can also see the permissions and privilege that we will need this account to have. So you'll also need to configure those along with that particular account. With the vCenter servers now installed and configured and our user account created, alongside our ESX host servers, the example lab will look something like the diagrams on screen now. At the top we have our View management block, and at the bottom our View desktop block, ready to start some of the installation. In the next video, we're going to look at the Windows servers requirements for installing and configuring the Horizon View components, such as the connection server, for example.